So once again, I am honored to be standing here today as we gather to celebrate Impact 100 Redwood Circle's 8th Annual Impact Grant Award. November is a special month of giving and expressing gratitude. Today, on this Veterans Day holiday, we honor the service of our veterans. Later this month, we'll gather with family and friends and give thanks for our many blessings. And this morning, we will give back to the needs of our beautiful community. We're grateful to our Circle of Women who, year after year, put their hearts and souls into each Impact Grant cycle. Today, we spotlight the women of our membership committee who tirelessly recruit, onboard, and engage our members with a host of specialized meetings and gatherings. And I want to call out Lori White, Kim McEachran, Sharon Beckman, Charlene Staples, and the entire membership committee. Please stand. All right. Yes. We're also grateful to our education committee, particularly the two founding members who in 2018 stepped up to form that committee. For nearly 5 years, Thea Hansel and Lori Parrish delivered an impressive series of speakers and educational opportunities for us. And they continue to enrich the value of our organization. It's one of the benefits of being a part of this organization, is attending those sorts of events that we put on for learning. So Sarah Dove and Nancy Doherty will take the reins in 2024 and continue producing our exceptional Ed Talks. Thea, Lori, Sarah, Nancy, and the committee members in the education group, please stand. Thank you. So today's program, we will bring to close another year of collective philanthropy. Let's take a quick look at our agenda. We'll provide an update on our 2023 goals and accomplishments. You'll meet our 2024 officers. And very excited to hear from 3 of our previous Impact Grant partners. And finally, we'll get to the big reveal. And then we will announce our 2023 Merit and Impact Grant Award winners. First things first, though, we owe a great deal of gratitude to the many hands that came together to put this meeting together. And their names were on slides that I hope you saw on the loop earlier. So I have personal thanks to offer too. There's so many exceptional people, but I want to say personally to Anne Marie McGee and to Gail Holsty. Thank you. And I hope you noted the 2 very special member sponsors who donated additional funds to support our special event in August and this morning's event. So that was Eloise Tweeton and Stacy Pastis. Thank you. And thanks to all of you for your generosity. Let's have a round of applause for everyone for their generous support. Together, we've accomplished a lot, and I'm very proud of our goals and accomplishments in 2023. I'm going to highlight 3 of our key initiatives for the year. The first 2 objectives began with a team of dedicated members whose recommendations have been game changers for Impact 100 Redwood Circle. The grant-making task force was our first undertaking, and their research and strategic recommendations shifted our grant-making focus from project-based to core mission support. That's a significant change. The impact of this change can't be overstated. A second task force was formed or actually was appointed with a team of very experienced members who updated our government's documents. They're critical to supporting all of our initiatives. In addition, they went above and beyond, as we often do, and this task force created a new organizational structure that will guide our focus, our growth, and efficiency as we move into 2024 and beyond. In the spirit of fiscal responsibility and sustainability, we formed a resource development task force to research and implement an easy way for members to donate additional funds to boost our operating budget. This dedicated and hard-working team collaborated with the Community Foundation, and they worked together to develop some technologies and processes that will simplify the member experience. And this task force will have exciting updates to share in 2024, so stay tuned. I'm excited to introduce our nominating committee co-chair, Eloise Tweeten, who will present our 2024 officers.
Thank you very much. Oh, okay, thank you very much, Mindy. Actually, I'd like you to continue standing up here for a minute, please, with me. It has been truly a pleasure serving as co-chair of the nominating committee this year, and I know that Gail Jinder, our vice president of nominating, wishes she could be here in person to make this presentation. But before introducing our 2024 officers, I would like to pay tribute to this woman here, our current president, Mindy Lewis. Mindy joined Impact 100 in 2019 and hit the ground running. She wasted no time becoming an active member, first in marketing as co-chair with Anne Marie McGee, and then as co-president with Cindy Schmidt in 2022. Facing a reluctance among other members to step into a co-president role this year, Mindy graciously agreed to own this role as solo president, and own it she did. During her tenure as co-president and then president, Mindy also chartered 3 task forces that she already mentioned, and she empowered these task forces, and that is acting as a true leader to allow them to do their work, and we will all benefit from the outcomes. Mindy's commitment to this organization and women's philanthropy in general is awe-inspiring. And in the words of her former co-president, Cindy Schmidt, Mindy believes in the power of women and their role in philanthropy, believes in the use of that power to improve not only Sonoma County, but the world at large, believes in the benefits of change and trying something new, and had the courage to take on this leadership role, both as co-president and solo president. Please join me in a round of applause. And a gift to you.
Thank you.
Some goodies. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, and now it is my honor and privilege to announce our incoming officers for 2024. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced, and future officers, please come up when your name is announced. President Christy Pitchell. Please hold your applause. Come on up. Yep, you have to come up. Vice President Jody Edwards. President-elect Linda Drew. Secretary and Archivist Susan Milstein. And last but not least, Treasurer Frida Ireland. Thank you all for serving next year. Photo op. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Oh, photo op. Okay. Who's next? All right, and who's next? I don't know who's coming after me. I'm just being honest.
Hello, everyone. I am Gail Perry, and I am co-chair of the Liaison Committee. And today we are going to take a blast into the past. In 2016, Voices Sonoma was our very first Impact grantee. Very exciting. And today we have two representatives from Voices. Amber Twitchell has been the leader of Voices for the last 10 years. And what's really exciting is she was here 6 years ago, and or actually 6 years ago. And she wrote the original grant for Voices. So she has a lot of history and can tell us the amazing work they've done with transitioning foster youth. We also have the pleasure of having Ladarius Spikes here. He is currently he's a counselor for the Independent Living Skills Program at Voices Sonoma. And he has a great story to share with us on his experience with Voices. So big hand for Amber and Ladarius.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. I'm very excited to be here. I told everybody at Voices that this gets to be mine. We never get to come back and talk about how great everything is. And so I was like, I'm coming. So we're very happy to be here. Thank you so much. We appreciate the introductions, Gail. Thank you very much. We can go to the first slide, please. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that I feel so lucky to be standing next to Ladarius. He came one time into Voices and changed the entire trajectory of the organization, and then he left, and it was very sad, and then he decided to come back, so we were all very happy. Now, in that time, there was a lot that happened, and you guys get to hear all about that. But just know, when I got the phone call that was like, so, Ladarius wants to come back, I was like, oh, thank you. The world might actually be turning into something that I can stand and be back to normal, at least in my world. So I'm going to turn it over to Ladarius. He's going to get us started.
Thank you so much, Amber. That's amazing. And everyone, just want to toss it right back. Amber Twitchell is literally the reason and trained me from top to bottom at Voices Sonoma. Opened the door for me the first day I came in, and I've been there ever since. This is one of my most precious mentors out here in California, you guys. Amber, thank you so much for the opportunity. You changed my life forever, Amber, forever. All right, so Voices. So we'll get into the slides now. All right. So has anyone ever been to Voices Sonoma before? Raise your hand. Anyone ever been? All right. Good stuff. We would love to have everyone come. So Voices is a youth drop-in center offering a safe and healthy place for all young people ages 16 to 26. It's led by youth. Peer advocates make up the true heart of the program. It's specifically designed to meet the unique needs of youth in foster care system and homeless youth, and now all youth ages 12 to 26, I like to say. So all youth are welcome in Voices. And we're located in 3 counties, Santa Rosa, Napa, and Vallejo. And our 4 pillars that we focus on are housing, education, employment, and well-being of all young people.
When we started, the age range was 16 to 21. Then it was 14 to 24. Now apparently it's 12 to 26. So just send everybody on over. We're good. It's fine. It's fine. There's something there for everybody. All right. So as we talked about, Voices was the very first grantee. It was exceptionally nerve-wracking, and it was one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had. It was so wonderful to feel so supported by so many strong women. It was amazing. We needed to create a education navigator position. So we had done this whole study, young people had done this whole study, and they had said, there's a couple things missing from our system that allows foster youth to leave the system and be successful. One of which was help navigating the bridge between high school and college. So they had said that we needed a navigator position to make sure that everybody could figure out what the steps were and how to get there. We worked very closely together to develop the program. I just want to say really fast, Jan and Laura, both of you, worked closely together. Like, I should have underlined that because we worked closely together to establish it. I've been to Jan's house many times, just to know. We opted to accept the $100,000 over 2 years. At the time, there was an option, and I wanted to stay connected for 2 years, so we decided to do it over 2 years. Next slide, please. The program is so successful, and it continues to be successful today. So after the funding, we were able to leverage additional dollars. We got the county to recognize the importance of the program, and they started paying for the whole entire thing. They never would have done that if we hadn't been able to start. We were able to add our education navigator in 2018. In 2020, Voices Solano added an education navigator to the staff. We've presented the education navigator model at conferences across the state. In Napa, we also have a navigator. We are in 5 high schools across the 3 counties. And the $100,000 over the last 6 years has allowed us to leverage $1.12 million to support educational programming. This is not housing money. This is not wellness money. This is education-specific money. This is a lot of money, so thank you very much for your initial investment. Next slide, please.
All right. So the impact on the year. Next one there.
Is this one mine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I just get so excited. All right. 2,800 young people at Voices Sonoma have received education support. That's a lot of young people. 6,653 young people across all the 3 centers have gotten navigation support. And again, Napa would never have let me do this. Solano would never have let me do this if I couldn't say, look, it's working really, really well in Sonoma. So again, thanks for the investment. 1,084 Sonoma County youth have been awarded over $3 million in scholarships. And 719 Sonoma County youth have been accepted to a 4-year college or trade school. Now, the statistics across the country are not good for young people that are in the foster care system that are trying to go to college. The statistics for young people in the foster care system that are trying to go to college are very good in Sonoma County, so thank you again for your investment. Young person told me once that all I needed was a little bit of help. I just needed to figure it out. The education navigator got all of my documents together, which was a lot, applied for financial aid, and even helped me get new furniture for my dorm room. Next slide, please.
All right, so here comes where my personal journey kind of comes into the story here with the education navigation program at Voices. So I got just a couple of notes here, guys, just really quickly. So I moved from Atlanta, Georgia to play football at SRJC. I was limited on housing and stability and access to healthy food. It directly impacted my health greatly. So I stopped playing football but wanted to stay in the area and started looking for employment. I interviewed for a youth intern position, and I got the job, y'all. You know what I mean? I got the job. It was changed my life forever, like I was just telling Amber. While interning at Voices, I continued to attend classes at SRJC, and I got connected to our education navigator and worked on advocating with the junior college to take better care of our athletes. Soon after, I moved into the youth advocate position and worked to incorporate health and education into all Voices programming. Originally, I was studying communication at the JC, but when I was introduced to an apprenticeship at Worth Our Rate, anyone ever heard of Worth Our Rate, ran by Chef Evelyn Cheatham? Yes, give it up for Chef Evelyn Cheatham, guys. Worth Our Rate, the program, it was amazing. So I was studying communication, but I was introduced to the apprenticeship at Worth Our Rate ran by Chef Evelyn Cheatham and became interested in learning more about culinary arts and the impact of healthy eating. After leaving Voices and graduating my apprenticeship, I moved into the restaurant industry for several years. Now, I'm back at Voices, working to support peers and younger youth, focusing on teaching independent living skills like in our Around the World cooking classes, our monthly ILP workshops, or just on the day-to-day interaction with youth we serve. My dream is to attend the SRJC culinary program, and I'm working on making that a reality next spring. So thank you guys so much for everything that you've done. It personally changed my life forever.
Next slide. Do I have another slide? I want to say one thing. He's very humble. He spent 7 years in the restaurant industry, chasing around Guy Fieri while he was working on all of those like crazy games that we watch on the cooking channel. The guy that was like stocking the stuff and making sure everybody had it. He's right here. It wasn't really the restaurant industry. Okay, I just have to highlight that. So I just want to say, how many were with me on the first when we got this award? Thank you. How many of you remember Mitch? He was with me. Yeah, he was very good. I just wanted to let you know, he graduated from college, he got married, he just bought his first house in Napa, and he's the executive director of an organization that offers counseling to foster youth. So, in case you were wondering, we really appreciate your investment. Thank you very much.
Good job. Thank you so much. So I'm Susan Milstein, and as a member of the Liaison Committee, I've had the honor of serving as our ambassador to our 2021 Impact Grantee, the Lime Foundation. And that's given me the opportunity to get to know the Lime Foundation's visionary and extraordinary founder, CEO, President, Letitia Hankey. And today, as Lime's 2-year grant period comes to a close, Letitia will tell us how her organization has used our grant to expand and strengthen the wonderful Next Gen Trades Academy. And as a special treat, we're also going to hear from a graduate of the Next Gen Trades Academy, Marcus Hernandez. Marcus graduated from the Next Gen Trades Academy in 2017. He's a contractor, a licensed contractor, and he just received his California General. So let's give a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. So we can go to the first slide. All right. Oh, I'm so honored to be here today. The Lime Foundation exists because of the bullying and the hatred and the racism that I endured as a very small child up in Lake County when my parents moved us up there when I was 5 years old. It was a time in my life that I hated the color of my skin, and I was every day called stupid or ugly, or I would never amount to anything because I'm black. And I decided that that wasn't true. And I had amazing people that advocated for me and came to my rescue, and I decided to dedicate the rest of my life rescuing other young people that need to be told that they can amount to anything that they want to be, no matter what. And that's why Lime Foundation exists. Lime is my son's Emil's name spelled backwards. And my son, Emil, he was experiencing bullying at a very young age as well. He is multiracial, so naturally he was, called everything you can imagine, N-word, and as well just all those things. But they called him Lime, and that's not the worst thing to be called. I did tell him that was a form of bullying and that he needed to stand up for himself. And I called my nonprofit, the Lime Foundation, because I wanted to make sure that I advocate not only for my kiddo, but for those young people that are bullied every day of their lives. Some of them make it, and some of them don't. And so we want to be here for those that want that extra support. So that's what we do for the Lime Foundation. We recognize that the needed support for our at-risk youth is very important here in Sonoma County. And the Next Gen Trades Academy is one of the programs that we have. So the last 2 years, the Impact 100 grant, we've had 144 students take the class. Out of the 144 students, 86 of them actually graduated from the program. So we did have 110 go through at least 50% of the course, but 86 graduated, and out of the 86, 84% of them were hired full-time with local contractors here in Sonoma County. So we're very proud of that. And that's just in the last couple years. We do like to supply the other stats. Some of our students actually move on to actually go to college. They're like, actually, I want to go to college after they take the class, or they decide that they want to go in a different direction, and that's okay. We were still able to impact them in a really great way. So the opportunities that we offer to them is besides just learning about construction and being a contractor, they also get to learn about financial literacy. You know, some of these students are going from jobs where they were making $15 or $16 an hour and now $17.75 to now making $25 an hour. And we want to say, hey, there's a way for you to have financial stability if you put your money away. So we do financial literacy, we do health and wellness, but we've also added in the last year or two here, because of the grant, real estate, because we wanted our youth to know that they can own a home, and here are the steps to do that. And we've had 4 students so far actually purchase a home or a condo, so we're very proud of that one in the last 2 years. And then we had, and then a lot of our students, again, which you will hear from Marcus, have moved on to starting their own businesses, and I'll have him tell you more about that in a moment. The next slide I'd like to go to, if possible. The next slide will show you some of the things that we've been able to do because of the grant the last couple of years. We do an in-person graduation for our students, so that way for the whole year they can meet each other. We were able to implement some hands-on, and actually because of COVID, we had to go into a Zoom platform, but we were able to do now a hybrid, so we get to meet with them in person. So we build birdhouses, as you can see over here. We have a big emphasis on getting young women into the construction trades, woo woo. And I've been 27 years of in the roofing industry. And so down at the bottom, you'll see we had a design build competition. We were the first all-female design build competitors in 43 years of the existence of that program up in Sacramento. We'll be doing that again this year, so we were excited about that. And we were able to partner with the Sonoma County Probation Youth Program because we wanted to also give our probation youth a great opportunity. And so we were able to do welding classes as well with them. And then a lot of those students that have graduated from the program have moved on to have amazing productive jobs now, in careers in the construction trade. So we're very proud of all those things, and that's because of this grant making that huge impact for us. And then over here, of course, Miguel is just excited about being a graduate. You know, that's one of our favorite photos. He's just so excited there. So our next slide, I just want to talk a little bit about what before Marcus comes out, what our future holds. Because what we recognized with our academy is that the opportunity for young women, for people of color to actually go into the type of industries, they don't know that they have that opportunity. I didn't know that. You know, I was a musician trying to get through school, and I was given this opportunity to work for a roofing company, and here I am all these years later as the CEO and now giving back. And people of color don't know that they have, or our diverse community, they don't realize that they can have these great careers and be at the top. And so we decided that we're going to show them that way, in that pathway, and we've developed other programs that are going to be, our Next Gen Auto Academy is already developed, and our first class will be in the fall of 2024. And then we're also developing our Next Gen Culinary Academy. I was so happy to hear you guys talk about culinary. Our Next Gen Aviation Academy, and then our Next Gen Space Academy. We've recognized that those are all industries, and people have come to us saying that these are industries that are missing women and people of color, and we're going to change that. So in the future, we'll get to come back like voices to tell you guys what the impact has been. So I'd like to give the rest of my time to someone. Oh my God, don't let me cry here. To someone very special to me, Marcus Hernandez. Marcus was our very first graduate when we did our class in 2017, and he walked into our class and he said, I want to be a carpenter. And last day of class, I want to be a carpenter. And we got him a job, and I'll let him tell you the story, but he's been a very special person, and he keeps me every day motivated to continue to do what I do. So I'm going to let him tell you your story, and I'll stand over here and just cry. So here you go.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. My name is Marcus Hernandez, and I am a Next Gen Trades Academy graduate. I was 17, a junior in high school when I took the class. In high school, I enjoyed all of my shop classes the most and quickly realized I loved carpentry and working with my hands. That's when I decided I wanted to learn how to build houses, but I wasn't sure how I was going to get into the industry, so I had a little problem there. College was not a pathway for me, and growing up with a single mother taking care of me and my brothers, I knew I wanted to find a career so I could help around the household right away. When my shop teacher suggested that I take the academy, I knew it was the perfect opportunity, and it had the potential to change my life forever, and it did. Next Gen Trades Academy helped me achieve my goal and start my career by securing a position with a local general contractor during the summer, which continued after I graduated. After working for him the last 5 years, rebuilding Sonoma County from the fires and devastation, I recently was able to secure my own general contractor's license and start my own company, Empower Building Solutions Incorporated. Thank you. I would like to give a big thanks to Letitia and the Lime Foundation for everything they've done for me in my future. I'd also like to thank Impact 100 for the grant and believing in our program. I cannot wait to pay it forward and hire my first employee from the Next Gen Trades Academy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Marcus, he's just amazing, you guys. And just know that your support, your continued support, will allow us to have a lot more of these young people start their businesses. So I just want to say thank you for those of you that just advocate for us on a regular basis. There's a lot of you in this room that do that, and it means so much to us. And this is just one of many lives that have been changed. So thank you all very much.
I'd like to thank Marcus for being the best dressed one here. He looks great. It's so great to see so many people here today. And I'm Linda Drew. I'm co-chair of the Liaison Committee. Last year, the Jewish Community Free Clinic was the incredible recipient of the 2022 Impact Award. And I've been fortunate enough to be their ambassador the past year and for next year as well. This is the part I want to make sure I read correctly. Their work is based on the traditions of charity and repairing the world. And with that focus, they've made such a positive impact in our community. They started in 2001 as a pop-up shop, and they're now serving over 2,500 adults and children each year. Today, we'll hear about how they utilize the grant money for this tremendous undertaking of software implementation for their patient records. Let's proudly welcome the Executive Director, Donna Waldman, and the Director of Clinical Services, Deborah A. Roberts.
Since Deborah really has led this initiative, we're going to give the microphone to her, and I just want to say thank you, because it's really meant a lot that we could do this.
Good morning. The first thing I want to say is there's some generational differences in the room. These work. And I can use bigger than 2 font. We are so grateful for the money that you have given the Jewish Community Free Clinic. Thank you. The purpose of our clinic aligns very well with your mission, and that is equity. We are all about equity. Equity in healthcare. Seamless referrals for everyone who comes into our clinic, access to laboratory services, pharmacies, and the California Immunization Registry by providing free vaccines for children. I'm sure most of you in the room know a lot about us, and I was trying to figure out how to, shall I say, spice up electronic health records. Not exactly a riveting conversation. My friend Donna here said, well, I could give you the budget. Oh, yeah. That'll help. So I just want to talk to you about our journey so far. So I do want to remind you that we are at paper charts. And any guess as to when paper was invented? 100 BC. So we're moving forward quite rapidly. So our journey first began, I have down in my calendar, May 24th, 2023. And I do keep my calendar on my iPhone, just so you know, it's not paper. With the first phone call from our project manager, the first of 3, where we explained who we are and what we do. And keep in mind, we are a free clinic. So, in June, I decided to take a small vacation because I retired from Sonoma State as a professor on May 27th, and I was really afraid I wouldn't have enough to do. So I decided to take a little trip. Donna graciously said, sure, go. And my husband and I lived in a 9 by 21 foot van from here to Alaska and back. So that little vacation provided some very good learning opportunities as where we could use Zoom to make sure that the project stayed on track. One of my favorites was the shower room in Valdez, Alaska, because that's where the internet was best. The other one was in Teslin, we're at the Yukon, in the laundry room, with all the washers and dryers, remember that? With all the washers and dryers and the people going back and forth. And for you that don't know this, at campgrounds, the laundry room is the place, right? So we had our first introduction, and in July, the team from Ocean, which is who is managing our software, Epic, came on site to clinic, and we were very happy to have them. I still was remote. This time she was there. This time I was in the living room sort of place in Chilliwack, BC, with Stella. Stella was the 77-year-old camp manager, and as soon as she found out that I was a nurse, I got way too familiar with her body parts. The next thing we were able to do, which was absolutely wonderful, is draw together our team. Our executive team, of course, you have met. We also have some other executive members. Dr. Josh Weil is our volunteer medical director. And we also have CFO Gabby. Would you help me pronounce?
Athens Buchholz.
Thank you. And then we hired a project manager. Thanks to you, we were able to do that. And suddenly, people came out of the woodwork to help us, which was absolutely wonderful. I got an email or call, and I'm sure, Susan, this was because of you, from Dr. Morrison, who said, I rolled out the health records at Kaiser. Can I help you? Well, I didn't even have to think about that, did we?
What about William?
Oh, and William, I have to tell you, we have a young man, I mean, he would absolutely die if he saw me using these. William McAvee, he's just been so wonderful to help us there every day. So we are trailblazers with this company in being the first free clinic that they have been able to serve. And it has been thrilling and
A little frustrating. Didn't anybody tell you we don't bill for services?
so the next step was what they call the build, okay? So you know how sometimes, I wanted to use some examples so that you could kind of understand what the build was. So you know how you say want to do something for Thanksgiving and bake a pie that you haven't baked before, and you get out the recipe and you look at it all and you put it all together and you make this marvelous pie, right? It's not at all like that. It's more like in 1962, you bought that Volvo station wagon that you're still driving. And now somebody tells you, oh, but you want a new electric car. And here's the wheels, and you have to think of everything else. Okay? Well, I like this kind of steering wheel that, no, we don't have that. We have this. Well, that won't work in our clinic. Well, that's what we got. And how about billing? Didn't anybody tell you? We don't bill. So we all know what a car is. We all know what a car is supposed to do. The same way most of us know what a computer is. Most of us know what software is. We've used Microsoft, we've used Word, perhaps PowerPoint we have used, right? So what's the problem? Why can't I just download it and make it work?
Because we have to build it.
But I thought you already had it. Well, we do have it, but we've never dealt with a free clinic before. And, oh, did I mention about billing? So just this past week, I'm going to fast forward quite a bit. Just this past week, we have had many of our volunteers in the clinic, and we've done marathon training. So we hope we've built the car and it has all the parts. So all the volunteers came in. We had our front desk training. We had our provider training. We had our nurse training. And we had our, one more.
Reporting,
Reporting, right, registration,
welcome packet.
all the things. And still I have, what do you mean I can't use a piece of paper? Well, what are we going to do if I don't have the paper? You use the computer. I've never used a mouse before. What? I have a Mac, okay? It doesn't have a mouse. It has a trackpad. I have an iPad. That's the only thing I've ever used. How come my screen here won't? Okay. So we've done the build, we've done the training, and here's where we are. December 4th, we will have our dress rehearsal.
The whole week.
The whole week. December 12th, we will go live. I did tell all the folks in the clinic that my number one goal for dress rehearsal and go live is no one will have to go to the bathroom and cry. That's the goal. The other thing that has helped along the way, food, chocolate, and coffee. Thank you so much for supporting our journey. I don't know who's next. Okay.
Thank you. You're a tough act to follow. Wow, what an inspiring and exhilarating morning this has been so far. And more to come.
Opportunities like this bring us back to our roots and provide so much meaning to our journey together. We share a great honor in supporting these amazing organizations doing life-changing work every day in our community. It's been my pleasure this year to serve as co-chair of the Impact Grant Committee, along with Jody Edwards and Christy Pischel. These are the talented and vested women who worked together over the past number of months to bring you the 3 remarkable finalists you see here today. Our work started early this year to implement our transition from project-focused to core mission support. And this team made extensive revision of our applications and our evaluation criteria. We learned a lot, and we have a lot of ideas to move forward to next year. A brief overview of the Impact Grant cycle. Our nominations opened right after the community event, a community grants celebration in May, and 26 organizations were nominated, all in the community betterment and health focus area this year. 23 applications were received. All proposals were reviewed and evaluated. Their financials were analyzed by a subgroup. And after several phases of discussion and healthy debate, the committee met with 5 organizations to understand the specifics about their proposal and organization. And the 3 finalists were selected after those sessions. And it's demanding all around, and I'm sure our finalists can all attest to that. 3 weeks ago, all 258 members of our organization were invited to cast their votes, and those results determined the impact and merit grant partners we'll announce today. So on behalf of the Impact Grant Committee, it's my honor to present our 2023 Impact Grant finalists. Conservation Corps North Bay, L'Océan, and the Living Room. And now I'll invite Christy Pischel to come up and take us away. Oh, right, we need the video, I'm sorry. But now you're in place.
My name is Hernandez, and on behalf of L'Océan Familia, we just want to say thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias.
Put it next to the computer. The microphone.
Oh, I see.
Computer's right there.
Just put it here.
What?
Can you start it over?
Executive Director, on behalf of our participants, volunteers, and staff, we thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Angel Miner, and I'm the CEO of Conservation Corps North Bay. Conservation Corps North Bay is a job training program for young adults, and on behalf of the staff and the Corps members, we would like to say thank you for your support.
Do you want to run and show the first?
Buenos dias, Impact 100 Redwood Circle. My name is Herman G. Hernandez, and on behalf of the L'Océan Familia, we just want to say thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias for your consideration and the opportunity to go through this grant process. And we appreciate you taking the time to consider L'Océan as one of your recipients.
Hello, I'm Angelina Gutierrez, manager of the Living Room Life Center, the only day center for women and children in Sonoma County.
And I'm Alethea Larson, Interim Executive Director of the Living Room. On behalf of our participants, volunteers, and staff, we thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Angel Miner, and I'm the CEO of Conservation Corps North Bay. Conservation Corps North Bay is a job training program for young adults, and on behalf of the staff and the Corps members, we would like to say thank you for your support.
We didn't practice that part. So I am really pleased to announce the higher. Like this? Okay. I didn't practice this either. I am very pleased to announce the recipients of the Impact Merit Grants. To our 3 finalists, I want to say thank you for all you have shared with our grant members our grant committee members over the past several months. Through this, we have been fortunate to learn much about your organizations, to know about your work, and the essential contributions that all of your organizations are making to Sonoma County. We know that each of you is committed to improving the lives and well-being of many members of our community. We look forward to our continued association. So now I can announce that our first merit grant today goes to Conservation Corps North Bay. Welcome, Anastasia. I'm going to say a few words. And welcome to the guests of the Conservation Corps North Bay. Conservation Corps North Bay provides young adults with opportunities to transform their lives through participating in comprehensive programs that include education, paid work, civic engagement, and leadership, while at the same time benefiting the community through its conservation and restoration projects in Sonoma County. The young people served by Conservation Corps North Bay are members of our community whose family and life circumstances provide difficult challenges and create barriers to education and employment. Conservation Corps North Bay provides these youth with a paying job in which they learn new skills and earn certifications that will qualify them for future employment, and with the John Muir Charter School, supports them in earning a high school diploma. Participation in this program is transformative for the Corps members, building life and professional skills and new opportunities. To Conservation Corps North Bay, we deeply admire and wholeheartedly support Conservation Corps North Bay's mission to empower these young adults to become strong community contributors now and for the future. Congratulations, and thank you for your life-changing work in our community.
Thank you so much, Christy. I just want to say thank you to Christy, to the committee, to Christy Yeager for nominating us, the entire committee for guiding us through this process, and all the members who voted today. The impact of this investment goes beyond a classroom and is supporting critical components of our job training program, earning a high school diploma. This grant will definitely contribute to our doubling our school capacity for the first year in our new facility in Santa Rosa. It is also going to open the door to thousands of young people into the future who will benefit from our program, who've been facing systemic barriers to education and financial independence. Because of Impact 100 Redwood Circle, Sonoma County residents who have been struggling to meet their basic needs will gain the education, paid work experience, certification, and wraparound services that will help them accomplish their career goals, securing employment, earning a living wage, and staying in the communities that they call home. They will walk out of the doors of that classroom and across the stage with their diploma in hand because of their own determination to achieve their goals and because this group made that space accessible to them. It's an honor to be in the company of organizations like Los Cien, of which we're proud members, and the Living Room. We love walking alongside you in Sonoma County Human Race. We missed the couch this year. There was an inflatable couch, and we looked for it. We could not find it, so we love walking alongside you. And you both, make such essential contributions to the fabric of the support of those that we all serve together. On behalf of our board, advisors, and staff, some of whom are here with us today, and most of all on behalf of every Corps member in our program and their families, thank you.
Okay, now, congratulations to our second recipient of our merit grant today, Los Cien. Okay, welcome, Herman. Okay, over the past, you'll hear a lot more about this, but just quickly, over the past 14 years, Los Cien has evolved from a small gathering of concerned leaders to a powerful catalyst for change. advocating for representation and equity in Sonoma County's leadership. They have continually facilitated conversations and connections between divergent members and leaders of our county, striving to bring about greater understanding with the common purpose of a better community for all. LOCIAN's visionary program to address the diversity gap in local leadership deeply resonated with us. Many of our members serve on nonprofit boards and are experiencing the challenge of including board members with diverse life experience and perspectives, which is very important for our decision making. To LOCIAN, your enthusiasm is so exciting for the work that you're doing. Your determination and well-conceived approach to initiate this training will profoundly impact growth and representation of Latino and BIPOC professionals, enhancing Sonoma County as a vibrant place to live and work. Congratulations, and thank you for your life-changing work in our community.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Buenos dias. Wow, I'm still like shaking. I was nervous. This was a very exciting way to know if you win a grant or not. Usually it's like, usually you just get an email saying, sorry, you didn't get it. So I want to start off by recognizing and appreciating the two other organizations who also made it to the top 3. The work the Living Room leads is just incredibly inspiring and so important to be uplifting our women and children. And thank you so much, and congratulations to you on the big 100. And I have nothing but love for the work Conservation Corps North Bay leads in our community, empowering youth through hands-on learning and developing environmental leaders. And congratulations to you. The both of you and a lot of other nonprofits in this room are one of the reasons why Sonoma County is such an awesome place to live. And thank you so much for the work and the investment in our youth, in our women, and in our children. So congratulations to all the nominees. And Anastasia, thank you for the plug, because that's part of my, thank you for being a member of LOCIAN. I also want to appreciate the team that actually helped make this grant application possible, an all-star team of volunteer board members. Angie Dillenshore, who's one of our newer board members, Matthew Henry, who's here as well, our new treasurer, and our 2 founding board members and OGs, our original gangsters of LOCIAN, Lisa Carreño, who's our current board chair, and the Sergeant-in-Arms, Lanny Medina, one of our founding board members. And I was telling some of you, I've never gone through a competitive grant process. This was my first experience, and there's absolutely no way we would be here today if it wasn't for the core 4 there that I gave some love to. I also want to recognize Sylvia Lemos, who is one of LOCIAN's founding board members as well. And we have Chase Overholt, one of our newer board members, with us today as well. So thank you so much. Last but not least, I want to appreciate and got nothing but love for Christy Pitchell for nominating LOCIAN Sonoma County. And thank you to the entire Impact 100 Redwood Circle group for really helping LOCIAN iron out our capacity building. As many of you know and learned, we only have 3 full-time employees. We did 15 events this year. So we are all about capacity building, but we're all also about how do we harness the energy that we create through some of the very difficult conversations that we have for our luncheon programs and events. And one of those ways is, and we identified a huge need countywide, is to empower and train and teach BIPOC folks and historically disenfranchised folks how to be a good board member as well as how to be a commissioner. So LOCIAN believes that this is going to be a massive investment to help us really kind of build capital and build out this idea. So thank you very much for the opportunity to go through this process and help us really refine what we're trying to accomplish. And last but not least, by a show of hands, how many people in the room are members of LOCIAN Sonoma County? Okay, that's what I like to see. So I get this question a lot. You do not have to be Latinx, Latino, Latina, Hispanic to be a LOCN member. Anybody can join. You get some awesome perks. And currently we have 370 members, but I heard there's 258 Impact 100 members. So I am expecting that by the end of December 31st, 2023, we will at least have 628 new members. So thank you very much. Really appreciate, and congratulations to the living room. Thank you.
I hid my notes from myself. So here's a surprise. Our 2023 Impact Grant partner is the living room. In Sonoma County, the living room stands as a beacon of hope for women and children grappling with homelessness. Through housing, nourishment, and expert case management, they strive to alleviate hardship, foster stability, and nurture self-reliance. In their proposal, the living room gave us insight to the growing number of vulnerable Latinas who lack access to culturally sensitive bilingual services. Their vision to develop a specialized team to better serve these women by investing in several bilingual, bicultural, lived experience staff members reflects their creativity, passion, and resolve to reach all women needing their help. Our heartfelt congratulations, and thank you so much for the last 20 years, and we can't wait for the next 20 years.
Hug you. Thank you so much. I am stunned. Alethea Larson, I'm the interim executive director at the Living Room, and I want to introduce Angie Gutierrez, who is the manager of our Life Center and has really transformed our organization. Blanca Alvarez, is a care coordinator. I can't believe I'm so emotional. I was like, I don't cry. Is magic at our community center. Well, it's true. And the two of them, along with Juliana, who's not here today, have helped create a roadmap for really opening our services. And we've learned, you know, you can be accessible, but it doesn't mean that people are equitably able to access those services. And when we first opened our community center, we saw women coming in the door, and we saw some women, specifically Latinx women, come in and turn around and leave. And it's because we couldn't communicate well enough, and we really couldn't understand. And when Angie came on, it's been a year and some change, really transformed that door, that door that they could walk in and actually meet and talk to someone who looked like them, and someone who really understood what they were experiencing and how they were experiencing it. And then we went on to hire Blanca, and Juliana came on board, and now we're a budding machine, I will say, not just at our community center, but they've really helped transform our organization. We're 30 years old, and it's cool, 30. We hit 30 this year, and I feel like we're having a renaissance of sorts also, because we recognize we have so far to go, and there are so many women who are not making themselves seen, and they are not asking for help because they have barriers we can't imagine. But through their work at the center And through word of mouth, these women are coming into our doors. And this grant is an investment in that infrastructure that we can grow, not just by hiring more women, but training our volunteers and any other stakeholder in our organization and our community at large to understand, to receive, to communicate, and to drive that impact for these women and their children. Our community center has been open since March of 2022, and in that time, we have served over 1,300 women, unduplicated, and children who have walked through our doors and received services, and many continue to come in different phases of their lives. And that's something I love about the living room, is that we can have folks that come in the hardest days of their lives and they come back on some of the best days of their lives, and they're giving. And that's the community that we're wanting to create. And that's the investment that you're making in us, and especially in them here. Thank you. Oh, I didn't thank anyone. We're not done. No, I want to thank our staff. First of all, Christina Larson, who's here, our grant writer, who's just magic, and Robin McManus, our accountant, and my sanity. Where's my sanity? Right there, Robin, and our board. Oh my God. I haven't worked with many boards, but if this is the bar, I'm so excited because our board is, I love them so much, and they're incredible, and the mentors that they are, and their involvement and support that they give to the center, but to the organization and to the individuals that work in our organization. There's 14 of us, which actually by your standards is pretty large at Losien, I know, but for having a robust housing program, food services, and our community center, 14 is like little engine that could in these 14 bodies, for real. And without Liz and Marion and Kim, who are all here today, and Martha, I saw the back of Martha's head. I know Martha's here too, and Rebecca, a living room person also. We wouldn't be able to go forward like that, and I just love you so much, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you have some comments to make? Anybody else?
They're shy.
Okay. So congratulations again to the living room, and congratulations to all our new Impact and Merit Grant finalists, or Merit Grant partners. There's one more slide. There we go. And so now I'm going to welcome back Mindy to make a few closing remarks.
Thank you, Frida. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, to Losien, to all of the Conservation Corps, and of course the living room. We're absolutely thrilled today. And I wanted to say that we're welcoming you to our family. We heard today about how we keep coming back. We really think of you as our partners and a part of our extended family. So moving forward, we don't waste much time. So we're moving right into our community grant cycle. So I want to remind you to be looking out for an email inviting you to nominate local nonprofits for the 2024 Community Grants Awards. So complete information will be included in the email. We look forward to your nominations and another rewarding grant cycle. In closing, I've been honored and privileged to lead this organization. For the past few years, I have loved working with so many bright and talented women, and I sincerely appreciate the sisterhood of women who step forward to assist me in my tenure, especially as solo president. I had a supportive team around me, or I wouldn't have made it through this year. But there's one thing I'm really confident about as I leave, and that is I'm leaving you with the best possible, most experienced, and uniquely talented new slate of officers for the steering committee and the coordinating council. I'm excited to see the continuing success of our organization as we enter our 9th year of collective giving in Sonoma County. Thank you, members, guests, partners, and family, for celebrating with us today. We're poised for growth, so continue recruiting new members and also keep up the great work to strengthen Sonoma County. Thank you for being with us here this morning. Have a good afternoon.